Good morning, everybody. Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. I wanted to put this up first because Pick Me Minaj was at the White House for the White House luncheon. She was there. Now, I'm going to tell you what I find interesting. It's a couple of things that I find interesting. So, Nicki Minaj made her money selling her trash ass music to the black community, using the gay community, right? Using the gay community to build her career, then to turn around, like a lot of immigrants that come here, and fall in bed with white supremacy. She loved American blacks though when she was selling that trash ass music. Oh, she loved black people then when she wanted to sell that trash ass music of hers. She loved black communities. She loved gay people. Now all of a sudden she in bed with hardliners, hardcore religious folks. I guess she wants that pardon for her husband really, really bad so he can finally take the kid to school. That's the only thing I could think. She wants that pardon so she can finally get the husband to take the kid to school, because it all falls on you when you marry a PDF. Get the husband to take the kid to school, because it all falls on you when you marry a PDF, right? They can't go to the school. They can't be around other children, right? But that's a choice that she made. And quiet as kept. When she made that choice, y'all should have canceled her ass then. Y'all should have canceled her ass then. Because that tells you a lot about who she is as a person. She got money. She had access to any man that she wanted. But she chose to go back in time to one that she already knew, that has a record, a felon. Yeah, she fake as hell. She fake as hell. And I said that. And again, I come from a different time. So for me, I was never totally in her camp when she came out. She's always been a mean girl. I don't know why people thought that she just became that. She was always that. When she came out, one of the very first things she wanted to do was come for Lil' Kim while trying to be Little Kim. It was like Little Kim 2.0, right? Just with not as good as bars, right? Let's be honest about it. Her bars were not as good as Lil' Kim. She never had nothing as far as lyrics, at lyricism, that was as good as Lil' Kim. Nothing. But she wore the pink hair and the different color hairs and the crazy outfits and all that. Lil' Kim had already did that. We had already seen that before. So I wasn't impressed by that shit. I remember telling my daughter that. I was like, that's Lil' Kim been did that. She did that shit in the 90s. I'm not impressed by that. But okay. But see what? Oh, she believes Jesus is coming back soon. You know what I find so interesting about that, Dawson? She believed Jesus is coming back, but she also believes that it's okay that she married that guy that she's married to. So Jesus is going to come back and she's going to be okay, even though she married a PDF file. I was just saying, Lil' Kim did all the things that Nicki doing or has done. Lil' Kim had already did in the 90s. That's what I was saying. I just got on not too long ago myself. I was handling some stuff this morning. So apologies for being tardy, right, to class. But she wasn't doing anything new. And let's be honest, too. She fell off when her and Safari broke up. Now, I'm not saying he was writing her rhymes. I'm just saying when that relationship dissolved, the music changed. That's all I'm saying. I just be catching shit. The music changed when that relationship dissolved. And you know how a lot of times with artists, you find yourself liking an artist and you think it's the artist that did all of that, but it's really the team behind the artist. You feel me? You feel me? The artist is the being with the X factor, but there are all these people behind them that help to make these projects a thing, right? Artists don't do this shit alone. They have a team, right? They got producers and songwriters, and they got a team. Hers was her team. She don't have that team no more. That's why every event she shows up at now, she got a fucking purse with her. Like she just came from a school meeting. Finally got the wig right again. Not that I care about her wearing wigs one way or the other. I really don't care about that. But I noticed it's really hard to have gay people style you when you're in bed with people who don't like gay people. That's hard to do, right? Because how do you convince your hairstylist and your makeup artist, oh, no. I'm just doing this for clout. They really like you. Don't listen to the stuff you see on TV. It's only, you can only go so long with shit like that, right? Because her glam team, more likely than not, are gay. The wardrobe team, all those people were probably gay. Most of them. So you can't carry on like this and still stay a part of that crew, except if you're asking for them to hate themselves too. Now, I'll be honest, during election time, I did see a couple of gay Trump supporters on social media. Now, I don't know if they were paid, but I'm telling you what I saw. And I distinctly remember one particular black boy. And he was like a flaming queen, honey. And he had on his MAGA hat and all this stuff. I ain't seen that boy since. I don't know where he at. I just know that I haven't seen him. And it's things that make you go, You saying her fan base is pissed? Lady, and her fan base is mad, but they're not mad enough not to support her anymore. See, that's why I go, they not mad. Because if they were mad, they wouldn't support her anymore. They wouldn't stream her shit. They wouldn't listen to her stuff. Like, y'all remember, okay, I'm going to remind y'all something. Y'all remember, this is maybe like a couple of months ago. Y'all remember when Nicki showed up at that other event that Trump had? Y'all remember that? Y'all remember that? Quiet, Fireball. You're not a Nicki Minaj fan. Couldn't name a Nicki Minaj song to save your life. Blocked. Even if you could, I don't want to hear you talk about it. So I das booted your ass. Anyway, y'all remember a couple months back when she went to that event, that other event that Trump had, and she showed up dressed like she just came from a PTA meeting? Y'all remember that shit, right? But the wig was a little crunchy, right? Y'all remember that, right? Okay. Yeah, that's when she gave that speech, right? You remember that, right? Okay. So she came to that event, right? And y'all remember after that, one of her songs shot up the charts with streaming. All that shit is the rich benefactors on this side paying money to push her shit. That's all. Nicki is there to convince the low-hanging, stupid-ass black people that still follow her and listen to this dumb bitch. She's sent to convince them to keep voting against their own best interests. That's all. The chick who can't vote is sent to tell you who you should vote for. Okay. She's black, beloved. Y'all keep saying she Indian. She's black. Damn. Y'all want to give this woman every ethnicity but blackness. The bitch is black. She's black. She's not Indian. Damn. Indian. And I'm from El Salvador. If she's Indian, I'm from El Salvador. She is from the West Indies. She's still black. What? She sure as hell was black when she was selling shit to black people. She was black when she was selling shit to black people. It's funny how now that she's in bed with white supremacy, now all of a sudden she's Indian. Yeah, right. Okay. I guess her real name is Artie too, right? Okay. Right. She claimed she was black when she was fighting with Cardi B. Right. Because that's back when she said Cardi B not black. See, that's when she also wanted black people to watch this logic. She wanted black people to attack an Afro-Latina because she felt that she wasn't black enough for her, while she in the White House cozying up to white supremacy. You better wake up. Nikki is not an ally. Nikki is not somebody that cares about your struggle. She don't give a fuck about you. She doesn't. And not just that, she been lying to you. She ain't got as much money as she say she do. And I'm going to tell you why she don't have as much money as she say she do. If she did, she would just pay Trump to get her husband a pardon. She would just pay Trump for her citizenship. Everybody else is. Everybody else is buying what the fuck they want from Donald Trump. She could do the same thing. But notice she not, because she ain't got it. That's what happens when you live that extravagant lifestyle that you really can't afford to live. That's what happens when you fly private, but you really can't afford it. Owning a private jet is really expensive. Really expensive. Only people with like supreme fuck you money got private jets. You understand? Because they're very expensive to own. They're not, a private jet is hard to keep because of the maintenance. You got staff, you got all these things, right? So, and fuel. Yep, I forgot all about fuel. So, if Nicki Minaj wanted citizenship, she could just buy it. This proves she's broke. You know, when I see this picture, you know what I think? Where my boosted ass at? Y'all spending y'all money. Spend that shit. Spend that shit. Hey, spend that shit. That's what I think when I see this picture. Spend that shit. Hey, spend that shit. It's like she's at the fucking retirement home. I'm just telling you. It's like she's at the retirement home looking for some guy that gets a guaranteed monthly check so she can have some money. That's what honestly, because I'm going to tell you, when I first saw this picture, I thought it was AI. I will not lie to you. I was like, that's not real. Because first of all, the head on Nikki's body was supremely large compared to the rest of her. So I was like, nah, it's no way that that's real. That can't be real. That can't be. It's just no way. But then I went digging. Oh no, that shit real. She was there. She was there. So to all the people who say, oh, Nikki woke up, this, that, and the other. No, she didn't. She still sleep. And the powers that be are still paying for her to have influence over you. Right? You're right. Look at the white people coming in trying to claim they Nicki fans. Ain't never bought a Nicki album in their lives. These are the same people 5-6 years ago said, oh, she's so disgusting. Now these same people say, but she's found God. I mean, why are you guys being so evil? She's found Jesus. No, she hasn't. She's hustling. Game recognized game. That bitch hustling. Okay? I'm from the hood too. Game recognized game. Okay? Game recognized game. This is game. That's exactly what the fuck this is. This is game. You make these smart. It ain't hard to make them feel good. So you can get a little something. She trying to survive. She got that man at home. He can't work nowhere. Well, I ain't gonna say he can't work. He could. But that little piece of change that he probably bring in ain't enough for the lifestyle that they used to. Right? Right? So that's not an option. Miss Girl not selling albums no more. She's a pariah in the industry. Don't nobody want to work with Nicki Minaj. You work with Nicki Minaj, you gonna go double wood. Ain't nobody checking for her. But stands and quiet is kept. I think most of them stands on the internet is bots. I said what I said. Because even mostly, my daughter was a hardcore Nicki fan. I know. I was disappointed too. I used to be like, girl, you were raised better than this. I played real hip hop. You grew up on real hip hop around here. And that's the shit you be listening to. Okay, fine, whatever. You can't win them all, right? You can't win them all. Right? But even my own daughter, who's a hardcore Nicki fan, like, man, fuck her. We done with. She don't even call her Nicki no more. She call her Onika. She said, "Oh, we done with Onika." Damn. Damn. You know? Yeah, you were a fan since you were 11. See, some of it goes back to age, right? You may have grown up on her. But see, this is the thing that you learn to realize. Who people are when you meet them isn't necessarily who they continue to be, right? And as people age and do all of these things, right? That you start to see things about them. See, before you were seeing a product. You never got to see her. You got to see her product. But over the years, when she started losing influence, watch the logic here. I connect the dots for you. She started losing influence. So she started spiraling. Right? Because remember, when she came onto the block, she was the young bitch on the block. Right? Talking about all the old female rappers need to go away. Young girls are here. Well, now she the old bitch on the block. Karma's a bitch, ain't it? Karma is a bitch. So all that shit you said about them old ass rappers, now you're that. Now you're that. Okay? Now you're that. You're an old ass woman. You in your 40s. Don't nobody want to see no 40-year-old mama crawling around on the floor talking about anaconda. They don't want to see that shit. She don't look way younger. No, she don't, Alex. No, she don't, bot. Look, I'm blocking the fuck out these bots in here. Thank you all so much for the gifts. I appreciate it. I'm blocking the fuck out these bots. These bots in here working overtime for Pick Me Minaj. She don't look younger at all. Stop lying. Pick Me Minaj. That's what I call her. I don't even call her Nicki Minaj. I call her Pick Me Minaj. Because this on some pick me shit. And I'm going to tell you what else. She's talking to other immigrants. Do you understand where I'm coming from? She's talking to other immigrants. Because you know a lot of y'all who are immigrants tend to come to America and then y'all be black, but then y'all get here and y'all get fucking anti-black and shit. Y'all get caught up in that bullshit. American blacks are lazy and this, that, and the other. Yet you trying to be like the same American blacks that you talk shit about. That shit. Right. See, she's talking to those people too. This is why I don't march about Trump setting up detention centers and snatching immigrants. Fuck every one of them. Yep. Fuck them. All tokens get spent. Real shit. All tokens get spent. So fuck them. Spend them tokens. Spend that shit. Spend that shit. Hey, spend that shit. That's how I feel. Real talk. This is what they wanted. They got what they wanted and they still not happy. Almost sounds like they didn't know what they wanted. We tried to tell you the stove was hot. Y'all touched it anyway. Well, keep on touching it. Who are we to stop you from doing your shit? This is what you wanted. Oh, I'm pretty sure that Nicki wants to be white. Can I tell you something? I love for her that every day she wakes up and the mirror says, just like Maury, the lie detector test has determined that is a lie. Every day. I love that shit for her. Quiet as kept. I'm going to tell you what I really want for her. I want her to have the same end result as Sammy Sosa. Sammy Sosa hated his dark skin so much, he look a mess. He look a mess. A mess. He looks like a piece of fabric that's been in the sun too long. You know how like if you leave a piece of fabric in the sun for too long and over time it just starts to be all faded and shit? That's Sammy Sosa. He look a mess. You're right. He looked translucent. All because he hated his brown skin. All because he wanted to identify, he wanted to be white adjacent and still don't look white. That's the crazy part. Still don't look white. What do you think this is? White chicks? Like what? You still don't look white. Oh, can I tell you for Clarence Thomas, he probably too would love that he's black. I mean, well, white, but I love that he's black like Wesley Snipes. I love that shit for him. I love it for him. I love it for him. Dewan, y'all can't see Dewan's comment. He wanted to know why her politics offend me. Why are you all in my business? You block. Mind your fucking business. Y'all nosy. Mind your business. I'm having a conversation between me and my friends. You're not one of my friends, so I blocked you. See, I match conservative energy. Y'all be trying to be friends with them and shit too much. I don't give a fuck about being their friend. Fuck that shit. Thank you, Kanique. Thank y'all for all the gifts. I appreciate it. I don't give a shit about being these people's friend. Y'all be trying to negotiate with them, debate with them. I don't do any of that. You're wasting your time. It's like trying to talk to young people about what's real hip hop. Why would you do that? Why would you waste your time doing that? They don't know what real hip hop is. They listen to fucking Ice Spice. They listen to this bitch. Like, you can't negotiate and talk with them. It's a waste of time. So I don't. I just don't. It's like with my kid, with my oldest kid. I stopped a long time ago trying to explain to her what real hip hop is. Because the shit she listened to, I'd be like, I don't know what the fuck that is. But that's not hip hop. I don't know what that is. That's singing with like thug tattoos and shit. Like, I don't even understand what that is. Like that shit that Drake be doing. I don't understand how that shit's still popular. I don't get it. But I'm not his the age group that he's searching for. But I grew up on rap where the rapper guys didn't spend their whole time singing all the fucking time. I love you, girl. Come back, girl. Come lay over here, girl. Like, I don't know any. That's not the rap that I grew up on. I didn't grow up on that. So I just don't get it. To me, Dre peaked in like early 2000s. But that's just me. And the only reason why y'all was really riding with Drake and listening to the shit was because of Lil Wayne. Catch it. It was Lil Wayne. Lil Wayne put, it was Cash Money and Young Money putting stank on the shit, and that validated Drake. But at the end of the day, that shit really ain't it. See, I grew up on Cash Money. So I look at Young Money and I go, where the fuck did Cash Money go wrong? What? Fuck did Cash Money go wrong? Young Money needed Lil Wayne back in the day. Because if it wasn't for Lil Wayne, they would not have been able to get people to buy into that. Lil Wayne was the thing that got you to buy into it. Y'all remember that song? You know. I don't remember the name. Darn it, man. Truffle butter. That's what it was. I used to like that song. Lil Wayne put his verse, he put his foot in that shit. I could have did without the other two, to be honest with you. Nicki's verse was nice. I don't think she wrote it. I'm just keeping it a buck. Oh, Velvet Sweet, you're back again today. Hold up, y'all. Let's stop for a second. Y'all see Velvet Sweet? Now, Velvet Sweet may look like he doesn't like me. This guy loves me. This motherfucker comes to my lives every day. I keep telling y'all, let your haters be your motivators. He comes to my live every day till I block him. And then when I block him, he comes on his other accounts. So I want to send a shout out to you for not being a quitter. Thank you, beloved. I love your support. Okay? I just wanted to shine a light on you because I saw you again. And didn't I tell y'all that these people who claim they don't like me, these motherfuckers be in my live every day. They wait for me. They got their notifications set up. Right? Yeah, I saw that, Dre, where Trump said Nicki Minaj was hot. Yeah, that's what a young woman in her 40s wants. An 80-year-old man to say she's hot. I wonder how did he stay awake while she was in the Oval Office? That's all I want to know. I just want to know she don't have nobody I'm gonna tell you something else too. This also tells you she goes to this shit by herself. There's nobody to hold her purse. In all the years I've ever seen Nicki Minaj, I've never seen this bitch with a purse. Fast forward, since she been in Trump land, every time you turn around, this bitch got a purse on her shoulder. It's like she just got off work at the fucking DMV or some shit. It's really interesting. I'm like, when did this happen? She got on a little Fashion Nova dress. This is new. I'm not used to this for her. You know, because she used to look so extravagant. Velvet Sweet, you spending a whole lot of time in my life worried about a woman that would never even look at you. Now what? Now we both saying shit. Now what? It's your turn now. I ain't blocking you yet. I'm having fun. Now what? Since we both saying shit. Since we both saying shit. Now I'm going to give you time. Now, right now, he's looking through his handbook. Because his handbook says that at some point, something he says is supposed to make me angry. But it never works. So, I'm giving him time. He looking through this fucking black bitch. I come here every fucking day trying to get on this bitch's nerves. And she won't fucking budge. They said that this shit would work. I'm supposed to troll their asses. Why won't this bitch fold? I don't know. Why? I won't fold. I don't know. But I enjoy you trying. I really do. I love a good bot. Right? And I'm just in the mood to play with my food a little bit. You understand? Just a little bit. Ain't that what 50 say? Just a little bit. That's me. I'm just playing with it just a little bit. Right? Because he and I both know he's one of my biggest fans. We both know this. TikTok tells me, and we both know he got his alerts set up. And we both know I'm only still popping up on your line because you keep popping in. TikTok shows you what you engage with the most. Duh. But no, hold up night today. Now you said Nicki don't have a Mar-a-Lago face yet. Notice you put yet on the end. It's coming. It's coming. Okay? That's when the transformation is complete. It's not complete yet. But when the transformation is complete, she'll have MAGA face. When it's complete. It ain't complete yet. She already built like it from the waist down. Now that pose make her not look funny built, but she built funny. Them BBLs is killing y'all. Stop it. I've seen a couple BBLs where I'm like, shit, that's hey, I ain't mad at you if that's what you want to do. But then I've seen some where I'm like, I'm like, whose friend is this? Y'all didn't tell her? Cardi need to, I'm gonna tell you something else. Cardi need to take that BBL out. I said what I said. She talked about on the tour she was gonna take it out, and now after the tour, she like, no, take it out. Just take it out. It's very distracting. It's very distracting. I'm sorry. Because every time I see it, like at certain vantage points, I can't help it. My face just goes. No, Cardi don't need no redo. Take it out. Quiet as kept, ass is overrated. Y'all be putting too much emphasis on ass. Real shit. Y'all put too much emphasis on ass. Are you going to walk around in a G-string in public? No. You put too much emphasis on ass. I told y'all a long time ago, if a man likes you, you can have no ass at all. He don't care. He gonna say, yep, that's my lady over there. No ass and all, but that's my boo and I love her. Y'all worried about the wrong fucking things. This is how y'all see men with women and y'all go, wait a minute. How the fuck she pulled that? Easy. Because he wasn't just focused on optics. Bodies change. Bodies change. Think about it. Imagine marrying, what's that Kardashian girl? Not Kim, with the one with the big lips, the young one. Y'all know who I'm talking about. Whoa, what's the Kardashian girl with the big old Kylie? Is it Kylie? No, not Kylie. Is it Kylie? Yeah, Kylie. Okay. Imagine being a man and you're dating her. You don't know how your kid's going to turn out. You don't know how your kid's going to turn out. Because she looked like one thing, but the DNA says you're lying. The lie detector test determined that's a lie. The DNA will always expose what it really the fuck is. Now you can go to all the doctors you want, you can get all the procedures you want, but the DNA never lies, right? The DNA exposes the truth. This is why somebody like Sierra will always make prettier babies. Because the DNA is the DNA. You understand? The DNA is the DNA. You can't buy that. You can't. That's why I always tell y'all, stop trying to look like Kardashians, because the Kardashians are trying to look like you. I don't know why y'all ain't catch on to that yet. Stop trying to look like them bitches. All of them built funny. The only one that ain't built funny is the one that models that's kind of thinnish. But she ain't as cute as she thinks she is. And Courtney, because Courtney never got no BBL. Khloe used to be gorgeous until she fell to the pressure of wanting to compete with Kim, which wasn't necessary, because Khloe was gorgeous all on her own. Quiet as kept, Khloe was the most gorgeous before she married Lamar Odom and right after that marriage was over. She was at her most beautiful. But then she started getting fillers and procedures, trying to look like somebody that she never needed to look like. Khloe was a gorgeous Amazon woman. Velvet Sweet, you still here. Look, he's still here. You still here enjoying your favorite show, beloved. I'm glad you're enjoying my topic of conversation. Now you quiet. Don't you go trying to defend Kardashians. You about to hop over there to defend Armenian women. You over here defending this black one. Shush. Now get back focused on your job. Okay? I'm not going to let you get away from the job you said you were here to do. Protect Pick Me Minaj. He tried it. No, I'm not going to let your ass move over to the Kardashians. Yeah, I'm going to keep you boxed in. Right here. Protect her. You said if the you say it's, look, all he could say was, it's crazy. The bot don't know what to say. Oh, so he said, it's crazy. If the Kardashians ever get cremated, all of their implants will have to be removed. Damn. Quiet Monique, you got blocked too. I don't talk to conservative women. There's a wrap on that too. Now, those of you in Patreon, we're not going to have an after show this morning only because of timing and so because I got started so late here. I'm going to stay here till about 11, right? I want to ask y'all something. Did y'all see the report yesterday that I don't really trust the source. That's why I hadn't really said too much about it. But I think it's funny to talk about. Did y'all see what Laura Loomer said yesterday? Because unfortunately, that's the only source that was out there yesterday. But did you see what Laura Loomer said yesterday? Laura Loomer says that Mitch McConnell is brain dead. That's what she says. Now, I don't know if there's any proof of that, but what we do know is Mitch McConnell is still in the hospital. That's what we do know. We do know that Mitch McConnell is still in the hospital. So then the question becomes, who's working in Mitch McConnell's place? Because it's clearly not Mitch McConnell. He's incapacitated. Yep, and his wife was out of town. Yep, in China. Yep, meeting with the vice president of China. Right? And you have to ask yourself why. We talked about that yesterday. No, LB, that's Pick Me Minaj in this picture. The non-citizen immigrant who's laying in bed with white supremacy. Yeah. She always be like, she always used to do shit like that. And people used to think that shit was like a whole vibe and shit. Yeah. They used to think that meant she was an outstanding rapper. Y'all caught that? When she be like, bitch, what are we doing? Just do the bars. The fuck is going on here with all these theatrics? Who the fuck you supposed to be, Busta Rhymes? Like, what are we doing? Yeah, but we don't know the status of Mitch McConnell. All we do know is Mitch McConnell is still sitting in somebody's hospital, probably drooling, somebody wiping his side of his mouth. And Mitch McConnell is sitting in the hospital on government Cadillac insurance, premium, great insurance, right? While he took yours. While he took your insurance, he's sitting on Cadillac insurance, right? Still getting a paycheck, right? While he impacts your life. At some point, folks got to call that shit out. This is why I think that, quiet as kept, Congress's salary should be dropped. Yep. They should be paid $90,000 a year. That's it. That's it. Make that shit work. You don't get a stipend for extra housing in DC. No, you got to make that 90,000 stretch so you can understand what it's like for most families in America. Because now you living in 2 states. Make that shit work. Your wife need to get a job or your husband need to get a job. You understand? Make these motherfuckers work. $90K seemingly really ain't as much as we think it is. Don't give them no money for meals. All that shit now got to come out of pocket. Make it come out of pocket. Stop financing public service. Because basically when rich people figured out that y'all was financing public service, well, shit, I might as well get into that. They going to give me money for housing, money for meals. They going to pay me a salary. They going to pay all my benefits. I can vote for my own raises. Hell, I can even shut the government down and make it so other people don't get paid. But I don't care because I'm making plenty of money. Because I make money outside of Congress too. Because there's no oversight. You understand? Y'all need to connect the dots on what they're doing to you. They doing all this shit to you. They didn't even take you to dinner first. You ain't get no dinner. You ain't get no kiss goodnight. Nothing. No Vaseline. I showed y'all the video last week before the 4th of the elected official who said for 4th of July, he gonna buy him some lobster tails and some ribeye steaks. And when they asked him, well, what about other Americans who can't really afford it? He said, well, maybe they don't work as hard as I do. He looked at that shit and said the shit with a straight fuck face. He ain't care. He ain't care. They don't work as hard as me. That's how these people are built. They don't like you. They don't like you. Yeah, Camille, that's a good question. Were y'all happy celebrating how I broke y'all? That's why I put that video out before the Wolf. I said, oh, you can celebrate. You can celebrate all you want to. You can celebrate how your gas is more expensive, your groceries cost more. All those things. I told y'all yesterday, I released yesterday the government accountability toolkit, right? To help voters identify their priorities and Compare those priorities up against the priorities of candidates that want jobs to represent you, right? And I already started working on it yesterday with Trump, showing the difference between what Trump promised and what Trump actually gave you, which are not the same thing. Yeah, Excedrin is a toolkit. It's available on my website. My website is in my bio. That's on straightfactsnofilter.com. It's in my storefront, right? The government accountability toolkit is simple, right? This is what it's designed to do. Check your kitty cat. You're not making no money over here, beloved. You only got 100 something followers. That cat must not be making any money. I said what I said. Blocked. That cat is making no money. You begging people to look at it. It's not making any money, beloved. You never have to beg a man to look at cat. If you have to beg him, he don't want to see it. Get off the internet, beloved. The fuck is going on? Look at my cat. What? To me, that's the equivalent of being all over the internet, just busting your legs wide open, just coming into lives, just busting it open. Look. Nobody cares. Nobody's looking. Nobody's going to send you no cash apps. Nobody's going to send no Venmos, beloved. Go to work. The fuck? I've had enough. Go to work. You're not going to be able to pay your rent on your back. All right? It ain't, what do you think this is, 93? Like, what? Go to work. Now, did any of y'all go downtown for the Freedom Festival? Did you go to the Freedom 250 Festival? Did anybody go to that? I just want to know if anybody went to it. I didn't go to it. I stayed my punk ass. It was too hot. It was hot as hell in the DMV. Okay? So I didn't go. I said, they can have it. Yeah, I didn't go to that. But they say that the government put $250 million into that event. No fucking way. I keep telling y'all. You heard the fireworks, pretty girl, because you couldn't see them. All that smoke. And see, what they don't tell you is the day after 4th of July, on July 5th, D.C. had a hazard warning for breathing. Why? Because of all them tacky ass fireworks that Trump had released on the 4th. Now, I want to show you something else, though, right? Because while even if you did enjoy, the stuff, bruh was asleep during the fireworks. He fell asleep outside. Do you know? Listen, I remember when I used to go visit my grandma when my grandma was still alive. And I would be talking to Miss Girl, and I would look over and she'd be like that. She'd be just like that. And I'd be like, and my grandma was like 80 something years old. And I'd be like, girl, I'm talking to you and you up here asleep. She said, no, I'm resting my eyes. With your mouth open, beloved? You resting your eyes with your mouth open. Okay. Ida, I asked the same thing. How the fuck do you sleep through fireworks? But old people can sleep through anything. See, Papa was up past his bedtime. Y'all got to remember, they had to delay everything on the 4th of July due to heat. Then we had a rainstorm, which delayed it even more. Papa, it was so many naps he didn't get to take. It's not like they had cabinet meetings. He usually catches most of his naps during cabinet meetings. But it was the 4th of July. They didn't have no cabinet meetings, so he didn't get a time to get no naps in. Fast forward to the 4th of July celebration, that shit finally caught up with him. It caught up with him. Quiet as kept. I was really excited that he was going to be outside talking in 104-degree weather in a fucking suit. I was like, look at God. Come on. But then they put him in an air-conditioned box. Go figure. Like I said, Trump being down there, it was 100. We had our hottest day on Sunday. Oh, he was slurring because he was hot as a motherfucker. I'm going to tell you, that's another reason why he was slurring. It was hot as hell Saturday. It was so hot. There were times in my own house where I was like, is the fucking AC working in here? It was that hot. It was disrespectfully hot. Okay? It disrespectfully hot. But if the people are already making funny, smelly faces at the White House around Trump, imagine the faces that they made with his swampy ass and that heat on Saturday. That's all I'll say to that. Imagine how it smelled on Saturday in that box. And they still keep telling you, they keep saying Donald Trump is only 230 pounds. He's only 230 pounds. They be lying, okay? I need you to understand that. They just keep lying. As long as they're talking, they're lying. That's the part that I need you to understand. As long as they're talking, they're lying, right? And Trump is big on that. Now, I had failed to mention last week about the soldier who went to the Capitol, held up this sign saying that Trump should be impeached, removed, and convicted, and the government had him arrested. Government had him arrested. Crazy. No, Camille, you're free. The speech you're only free to have is the speech that they approve. But remember, conservatives told you Democrats didn't allow you to be free. No, see what they didn't finish the sentence. Democrats didn't allow you to be free to be racist with no consequences. Conservatives didn't like that. They think you have you have a right to be as racist as you want to be. And you got a right to free speech. But you ain't got a right to be free from consequences of that shit. Catch that part. So on a personal level, Donald Trump is setting so much precedence. And as much as I would like to be like, after Trump, let's just move on, lock people up. We're going to move on, but lock people up too, right? I just don't want to just do that. I also want to be petty too. Since conservatives love when government controls your speech, liberals need to do the same fucking thing. Lean on all them conservative news media outlets. Sue their ass. Make them straighten up and fly right. And anytime they say your name, make sure they speak life into you. Because if they speak anything else, you'll sue their ass. Like Trump does. That's what I would do. That's what I would do. Absolutely, positively. That's what I would do. Yep. Conservative colleges, lean on them and withhold their federal funding. Conservative states, withhold their federal funding. Bitch, you gets nothing. Y'all burn books. Yep. Let it go to the courts. And then, not only let it go to the courts, ignore the courts. You want to level set and you want to get shit back right? Match their energy. Nobody likes it when you start doing what they do. Then all of a sudden, motherfuckers know how to act right when you start going, oh, that's what we doing. Fuck it, I'm doing it too. Yep. Liberals need to tax churches. But get this, only tax the conservative churches. Catch it. Show the partisanship. Yep, match the energy. Since we playing favorites and it's all good. Since it's all good. That's how I see it. Muse, ain't nobody sending no $100 to your Cash App. Block. Y'all talking to each other. Two bots talking to each other. Now, the other bot you was talking to, you gonna catch that work too. You gonna catch a stray block too. You better be quiet. The other one caught the block. Don't play with me. Y'all not sending no Cash Apps. You tried it. Y'all just trying to scam people on my live, but I'm not gonna allow it. I go to somebody else's live. Yeah, and listen, Chesard, One of the things that was wrong, I still say this, the Obamas did people a disservice with that go low, we go high shit. They did people a disservice with that shit. So basically, no matter how somebody treats you, you supposed to act above board and act like you're better than that. Man, bitch, fuck that. You fuck with me, you're going to wish you didn't. I guarantee you're going to get to a point you're going to say, please stop. Just stop. And I'm like, you really want to stop now? Because I was just getting started. Because you're not going to get people to stop doing the things that they're doing, right? By being nice to them. That's stupid. Match their energy. Do the same exact thing to them. Because then they go, I can't believe you said that. Y'all seeing it right here in my live. They always, I can't believe you say, well, I'm glad Trump is cutting stuff off. Then I go, I'm glad too. Fuck FEMA. I don't give a shit about that. I never used it, so I don't care. Get rid of that shit. The most people that use it anyway is in conservative states. And by now, they need to get fucking insurance. Stop using the government as insurance. Because we're not. I'm tired of my money going to that. When you say that, then they be like, wait a minute. Hold up. I don't know if I really meant that. Yes, the fuck you did. And I meant what the fuck I said, even if you didn't mean what you said. Fred, you ain't paying nobody's rent. Stop the cap. You got 345 followers. You don't have enough money for that. Block. Stop talking to my followers. I just blocked them. Fred's gone. Fred's dead. Fred is dead. Yeah, he gone. He don't have no money. He don't look like he had no money because I looked at his avatar. His skin was real clammy, like the hair wasn't groomed. He ain't got no money. He ain't got no money. He ain't got no money. You can usually tell people who got a little bit of change. You understand? He ain't got no money. He ain't got no money. He ain't got no money. Now, the president is saying that the crowd downtown, I want y'all to hear this. The president is saying that the crowd downtown was the largest that it's ever been, and that the lightning caused people to have to leave. And that's when they said they'd do it another time. And then they said, no, we're going to do it on the 4th of July. And then 150,000 people came back. That's what the president said. There were not 150,000 people downtown. He'd be lucky if there were even 40,000 people downtown. Even 30. He'd be lucky and hard pressed. First of all, the show that they had downtown, nobody wanted to see nobody that was in that show. Wasn't no acts that were interesting. Don't nobody want to hear nobody play the fucking banjo in 104-degree fucking weather. Fuck out of here. Nobody wants to hear that. America swears people love hearing the fucking banjo. No. The only banjo I like to hear is in that scene in what's that movie? Y'all know what I'm talking about. Zombieland. When Woody Harrelson's character is playing that banjo in the store, that's the only time I want to. Yeah, and Sinners. That's it. Other than that, I don't want to hear no fucking banjo. The fuck? Fuck? Are you kidding? In 100-degree heat? No. We out there in 100 and something degree weather. People are out in the audience praying for strings to pop. Like, the fuck is this? This is whack. And I don't want to hear it was so hot people wouldn't come out there. Let me tell you something. You get the right acts, people will stand in hot ass weather. They don't care. It's just that nobody wanted to see fucking the lineup that they were talking about. Nobody wanted to see that. Nobody wanted to pay $25 for a corn dog. Nobody wanted that. So they didn't go. Quiet as kept, it was an old people event, ultimately. It was for old people. You saw a lot of scooters down there. And that's another reason why they shut it down. Because when it's all that rain, them fucking scooters can't move through that grass. I said what I said. Yeah, Patel's girlfriend was one of the people. Nobody want to hear that shit. She's horrible. And just because Patel is her boyfriend, don't change nothing. It don't change nothing. Okay? Nothing. All right? Now, I want to give y'all some other news that's happening. Virginia's governor, Abigail Spanberger, came out because Virginia has decided to have legislation that is going to force data centers to pay their fair share, which is good considering Virginia, Northern Virginia specifically, has more data centers than anywhere else in America. Good, make them pay. See, the best way to get rich people to stop building data centers is to charge them because they don't like to spend money. See, they're doing all this shit because it's free. And your local governments are giving them tax breaks and all of these incentives to bring data centers to your communities. You need to get on your fucking elected officials hardcore so they make your communities not desirable. Real talk. You don't want your community to be desirable. So you got to call these people out. Right? That's the only way you're going to change this. You're not going to change this otherwise. Period. You're not going to change it. And that's just the truth. Vitamin E, you come in too, but you just went out, blocked. It's really easy for me to know the bots from real people, but okay. All right. I mean, y'all keep trying. I give you A for effort. I mean, PG County residents have been pissed about. Yep, PG County and Charles County. Oh, we are not going to be silent on this shit. Because see, they want you to be quiet. They want you to stop talking. Hold your elected officials accountable. They're supposed to represent you, not data centers, not big business. That's not their job. Their job is to represent you. They came to your neighborhood to campaign for you to vote for them. So then why are they representing data centers? Call them out. Okay? Call them out. Because all they're doing is ruining the quality of your life. And quiet is kept when rich people are done with data centers. Guess what happens when they're done with them? They become abandoned pieces of property sitting in your community, bringing down your fucking property values. That's what it becomes. That's what it becomes. Bam. I want to use that. Showing, that everywhere Trump goes, he just happens to find money. It's such a coincidence, isn't it? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Now, the president was also out lying like he always is yesterday. He was saying that in D.C., that y'all, I want you to listen to this. I'm going to show y'all the video of it tomorrow on Patreon. Trump said that in D.C., thieves were busting into restaurants and they were robbing restaurants and robbing everybody in the restaurants. And his exact words are, they would walk in and they go, stick them up. Give me your money. He says that's what they were saying. He's saying that's what they were saying. Y'all, what TV show is Papa watching at home? What the fuck is he watching? Hill Street Blues? Who the fuck is running into a restaurant going, stick them up? You know why he thinks that? He's 80. He's 80. Emmy, I was just about to say that, but I thought Donald Trump said it was no more crime in D.C. I thought he said he cleaned it up. I thought he said he cleaned up all the crime. So if he cleaned up all the crime, how are people busting in restaurants going, stick them up? If Trump is talking, he's lying. Now, I tell you though, I love that Donald Trump, just so y'all know, for those of you who love FIFA, that corrupt ass organization. I don't know why y'all keep watching that shit. The whole organization is corrupt. Everything. So it was all this hoopla and drama about the fact that Donald Trump called FIFA to meddle about the whole red card shit and all this other that, all that. Only for America to still lose and get eliminated. I'm sorry, I find that shit hilarious. So you did all of that shit. You did all of that only for America to lose anyway. Karma's a bitch. Everything Trump touches turns to shit. Everything. There is no winning when Trump is around. When Trump is around, the only people winning are criminals. That's it. But people still ain't figured it out yet. Oh well. Oh well. I don't feel nothing for them. Fuck them people. Real talk. I don't feel nothing. Real talk. I don't feel nothing. Nothing. The men get eliminated, but just so y'all know, the women's soccer, they've won a World Cup 4 times. Personally, in many ways, because Trump is president, I like that America lost. That the men's team lost. I like that they lost. Because now we don't have to hear all the other men who could never play soccer. Like the ones who physically they couldn't like play soccer. They couldn't even be in an arm wrestling competition. But they would have been all over the fucking internet. Yeah, America, yeah. Well, they lost. Sit your punk ass down. Find yourself a foreign team to root for. Or you could do what Americans love to do. I'm just not going to watch. Because we got eliminated. I'm not watching. I don't like FIFA. I don't like soccer now. But y'all love that shit. Just last week, y'all was loving the shit. I loved it. America lost. Good. We deserved it. America isn't as great at soccer as it thinks it is. Other countries been doing that. We're not as great at it as, and you know what's even more ironic about America having a soccer team? A lot of those people on the soccer team are immigrants. And America don't like immigrants. So why win a World Cup for America? You're going to be mediocre compared to all the other teams coming into the World Cup. You're going to be mediocre. We're fucking Americans. Joey, you want me to move? I would, but I don't want to move in communities where they're going to be people like you. Blocked. Joey's just the same guy I've been blocking the whole time. He mad because I keep blocking him. But this finger, you know, remember I showed y'all dun 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 dun. I work this finger out constantly. Constantly. So it's like, again, maybe other creators, they don't mind having all of that shit. I'm too old for that. I'm just too old. I'm not interested. Go argue with somebody who cares. I just won't argue with you. I don't care. And it's just no fun when I don't argue with them. It's not fun for them. So they go on to somebody else because it's never fun. Right? But you can doubt this little finger if you want to. What's that song? Ding 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 ding. It moves like a anaconda. Ding 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 ding. Don't play with me. You're gonna catch a block. Everybody doesn't have to agree with me at all times, right? We talk about, but I don't allow trolling. The only troll allowed in here is me. Right? That's it. All right? I've had enough. They get on my nerves. They get so mad at me every day. Every day. Now, I want to tell y'all about 2 more things as I'm wrapping up this morning. Did y'all hear about the decision that came down from the federal judge yesterday? I'm sorry I'm laughing in advance, but I find this shit so funny. Let me tell y'all what happened yesterday. Okay, I'm going to take y'all back. I want y'all to remember something. Y'all remember way back, right? Around that January 6th time when Trump was still president and it was about he had lost the election and they had to certify that Joe Biden had won, all this other shit, right? Okay. Y'all remember during that time, there was an incident where somebody had planted pipe, you know what's, outside of the Republican and the Democratic National Committee headquarters. Y'all remember that, right? And they were looking to see who did it. Remember, I told y'all, DC got cameras everywhere. So that's why when Trump says somebody came and cut a slit in the reflecting pool, bullshit, because there's cameras everywhere. That's how they caught this guy. It was a black guy. Well, guess what a federal judge said yesterday? I love this for him. I love this for him. A federal judge said yesterday that President Trump's sweeping clemency grant for all individuals charged in connection with the January 6th attack on the U.S. Capitol does not apply to this man. He's still locked up. Hey! And no pardon. I love this for him. Yeah. I love this for y'all. Uh-huh. I love this for y'all. I told you, Black MAGA, that you ain't got the complexion for the protection. I told you. Y'all don't listen. Y'all don't believe fat meat greasy. That's why his punk ass still locked up. And they gonna throw the book at him. Good. He's never getting out of jail. Never. He'll never be free again. Never. He's done. That's what he get. That's what he get. Hold on, I'm gonna tell you what his name is because I never knew what his name was. His name is Amir Ali. Yep. Amir is fucked. Oh, I'm sorry. No, that's not his name. Well, that's the judge. I'm sorry. The judge's name is Amir Ali. His name is Brian Cole Jr. Brian Cole Jr. is fucked. Yep. And when you look at him, he looked like an incel, if you know what I mean. Looks like he probably games a lot, plays a lot of video games. Probably tried to stream a little bit, but nobody. Looks like he probably games a lot, plays a lot of video games. Probably tried to stream a little bit, but nobody was watching, so he got all in his feelings and yeah. I love that for him. I heard that yesterday. And then I heard that they found the body of Nolan yesterday. The young black boy, he's a young guy, teen. I'm thinking he was a teenager. But they found his body yesterday. And all his friends, they were like, of course they did it. But I recorded a video this morning to black parents specifically. And black parents, I'm talking to y'all. You may think you're helping your child moving into a predominantly white neighborhood and school district and all this other stuff and everything like that. Let me tell you something. That doesn't mean you're being more safe. A lot of times you putting your kids in much more unsafe situations, moving them into those communities. And one of the reasons why I think a lot of young black folks think that America was post-racial, because a lot of black families moved into black neighborhoods in which there were no other black people. And y'all thought y'all made it. You thought we have arrived. We have made it. But you didn't realize you was in Get Out too. You was in Get Out. You ain't realize it. Because see, you raised a child in a sea of all that non-blackness. Before your baby even knew who he was or she was, because they're young. It takes time to know who you are, right? So before your child even knew who they were, you put them in this spot where people are constantly challenging their blackness because they're threatened by it. Because they're threatened by it. So they constantly challenge it. Constantly. That baby would still be alive today if he had black friends. Because I'm going to tell you something about black friends. If y'all all leave together, let your ass come back with less than one person. Let me tell you something. You ain't got to be my child. If y'all all was there at my house and y'all left together and then y'all come back and it's one less child, I'm asking questions. Where Renee at? Oh, we don't know. We couldn't find her. And y'all left her there. Take your punk ass back there and find your friend. What kind of damn friend are y'all? Y'all not her friend. Because a friend never would have left their friend. Because see, we were raised, if we left together, we come home together too. You don't leave your friends. You don't leave your friends. Right? You don't leave your friends. Hey, Brittana, calm down, beloved. I remember the other lady too, but quiet. You getting all spicy and shit. Calm down, beloved. Relax. I stand by what I say. You keep putting your babies in a sea of whiteness, they're going to keep coming home in a box. I said what I said. Now that other situation with the black girl and the other black girls doing something to her, that's another conversation of you need to teach your children that everybody that you think is your friend ain't your fucking friend. That's a whole nother conversation. Because that's what that was. Everybody that you party with ain't your friend. That's why you don't party with everybody. Parents need to start having, one of the reasons why young black kids start thinking America was post-racial, because their parents moved in predominantly white neighborhoods, and their children usually tend to be the only black kid around. All their friends are non-black. And they got this false sense that life is different. It ain't. It ain't. And most of your black children haven't even been coached to understand what racism even looks like. That's why they don't even know when it's happening to them. Catch that part. Catch that part. Because you didn't even teach your children how to identify racism. Because you wanted to act so fucking progressive. See, my babies know how to catch the shit. Because like I tell them, most racists are passive aggressive. Only the racists with a backbone tend to be very vocal and outward. This is why I tend to like my racism below the Mason-Dixon line. Right? This is why I tend to like my racism below the Mason-Dixon line. Because with those people, you know what it is. Now, that racism that you get up north, oh, that's that passive-aggressive racism. That's that racism that act like it's your friend, but it's not your friend. That's different. It's still racism, but it's passive-aggressive racism. They try to pretend to be your ally up north. Right? Down south, they like, fuck all that shit. I don't have to pretend. We got enough systems here to make it so I ain't got to pretend. That's the difference. That's all. But parents, pay attention to who your children call a friend. Because sometimes people are incapable of seeing the people that they think are their friend don't like them. That person's tolerating you, but they not really your friend. And sometimes you need a fresh set of eyes far removed from the situation to show you what it really is for you to see it. A friend will never put you in harm's way. A friend is never going to leave you behind. A friend isn't going to lie to you, gaslight you, abuse you, play games. Friends don't do that. Acquaintances do. Manipulators do. Liars do. Talk to your children so they don't get caught up in this shit. Okay? Please talk to your babies. Oh, Philly is segregated, but it's segregated so black people can stay safe. I've been to Philly. I love hanging out in Philly. Philly has the greatest food. And the thing about Philadelphia is you have to be very careful. Because all you need to do is literally either cross the street or turn the corner. You're in a completely different fucking neighborhood. And that neighborhood might like you or it might dislike you. So you got to pay attention to where the fuck you at. I learned that about Philly in the 90s. I was like, oh, they built different here. Because you notice how usually in certain cities, you can kind of tell, like the transition from neighborhoods is a progressive. Not in Philadelphia. That shit is a quick change. This neighborhood is this. This neighborhood is this. But it's not gradual. It's literally you walk around the corner, it's a completely different fucking environment. You're like, oh, okay. Note taken. Philly's different. Philly is just, New York's like that too. I never really got to, all the times that I've been to New York, I've never really gotten to experience the other boroughs the way I would have liked to. Because I didn't know anybody in those places. And so I just was like, I'm not just going in arbitrary. So I'm from the hood. I grew up in the hood. So I never thought, let me just find some arbitrary fucking hood to walk through. Said nobody ever. Tourists do shit like that. Tourists do stupid shit like that. See, I grew up in the hood. So I never thought, oh yeah, let me go to Chicago and just walk through random neighborhoods. Right. Okay. Let's just go to New York and walk through random neighborhoods. Let's just go to New Jersey and walk through random. And said nobody ever. Not if you don't want to get your ass chased out of there. The one time my random ass had to go to Newark, New Jersey, I learned my lesson. Fuck randomization. Quiet as kept, I stand by my statement. I still believe that Gotham City is patterned after Newark, New Jersey. You ain't got to believe it. I honestly believe they probably filmed most of the movie in Newark. No bullshit. No bullshit. They filmed most of that fucking movie in Newark, New Jersey. When I went there, I was like, literally. I was like, what? Brick City is the truth. Honey, I went some years ago, never went back. I had to deal with some family thing. Oh my God. I was like, people live here on purpose. Oh no, honey. Oh no, honey. That hood was even too rough for me, and I grew up in the hood. You understand? I grew up in the motherfucking hood, and them niggas had, excuse my French. I'm sorry. Look, I got in my bag. Y'all caught me, right? Them motherfuckers had me shook. Okay? I was shooketh. I said, oh, I'm not tough enough for this. I'm not tough enough for this shit. These motherfuckers on another level. What they say? Bow down when you come to my town. Bow down, cause we're Newark bound. Fuck that shit. Oh no. I don't want no smoke. I grew up in DC and I didn't want no smoke from Newark. None. Newark people are built different. Newark is built different. I grew up in DC in the 70s, 80s, and 90s. And even I was like, nah. Let me tell you something. I felt safer in Camden, New Jersey than I did in Newark, New Jersey. Right. You caught that, Brian? Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah. Shit. Newark on some other shit. See, at least in Camden, everything closed at 5 o'clock. So you already know, if you traipsing downtown in Camden and in places you ain't supposed to be, your ass gonna get got. Newark different. They ain't shutting down at 5 o'clock. Newark popping all days of the night. All times of the night. Fuck that shit. I'm telling you, I used to go to Camden, New Jersey all the time. Because I had a friend that went to Rutgers in Camden. Because her dad taught there. I stand by it that I felt safer in Camden than I ever did the couple of times I went to Newark, New Jersey. And Camden was bad back in the 90s because I used to go there back in the 90s. I still felt more safe in the 90s in Camden than I did in the 2000s in Newark. Camden did just get a bad rap. It did because of the riots that happened way back in the 50s. But Camden, there were a lot of great families that lived there. Beautiful homes in Camden that were dirt cheap because nobody wanted to stay there because it was Camden. But Camden had a lot of great things. My friend, she was a school teacher. She got a house for $50,000 in Camden. Brand new. Because they were trying to get people to buy homes in Camden. Camden is not a bad city to live in. It's right over the bridge from Philly. It's not a bad city to live in. It's cheaper than living in Cherry Hill. But it's still safer than Newark. I said what I said. I swear that Newark, New Jersey got its own Batman, got its own fucking Joker, fucking Scarecrow, all that shit. The Riddler. I am telling you. When night falls in Camden, the fucking villains come out. Y'all can say whatever the fuck y'all want to say to me. I know what I saw when I was in Camden. And I was like, the last time I went there, I said, thank God I'm never coming back to this place again. This place is a cesspool. I saw a man doing number 2 on the street. Not number 1, number 2 in broad daylight. And everybody just like, eh. I was like, I ain't never seen no shit like that in D.C. I'd never seen nothing like that in Camden. At least Camden people go find a bathroom. Not in Newark. The whole fucking town's a bathroom. The whole city's a bathroom. You want to take a bathroom? You want to go to the bathroom? Just go right there. Cory Booker needed his ass beat. Because by now, he should have done more for Camden. I mean, not for Camden. He should have done more for Newark. I'm sorry. Newark on some other shit. Now, as I'm wrapping up this morning, I want to remind y'all, I told y'all that I came out with something that I think is extremely helpful to folks. I meant to print it yesterday, but I didn't get a chance to. But I came up with this thing called the Government Accountability Toolkit. Check it out on my website, straightfactsnofilter.com. And if you click on shop, you'll see it there. The Government Accountability Toolkit, it'll be very helpful for you for midterms. You know how we got midterms coming? It's going to help you prioritize your political priorities. What are your priorities? And then rank those priorities. And then compare those priorities up against the priorities of the candidates available to you to vote on. Okay? I'm helping you figure out when you hear stuff during debates, so you can log that information and go back and research it, helping you figure out what's a truth versus a lie when they're gaslighting you. But then when all of that's said and done, how do you score your elected officials and make sure that they're keeping the promises that they ran on? Because your government's only as good as you make it. If that's something you're interested in using, especially with your children, teach your children how to find government elected officials that are going to work for us. We don't have to throw our hands up and act like we ain't got no hope. We got hope. Our asses are just fucking lazy. We don't want to put the work in. Rich people putting in the work. Lobbyists are putting in the work. If you want to stop working all these hours and still being broke, put in the work. Have receipts. Hold your elected officials accountable. Check out the Government Accountability Toolkit. I know and believe is something that will be great for you and your family and your community to use, so you can hold elected officials accountable and make sure that you vote for people that are going to do the things that are going to help, that align with your priorities. I think a lot of people don't know what their political priorities are. So let's figure that out. Yeah, they found him, Boss Q. I saw that yesterday, unfortunately. Listen, I appreciate y'all being here. Listen, we got over 100,000 likes this morning. Thank you for that. I appreciate it. We got over 60 shares. Thank you so much. Now, I want to send a shout out to my top 5 gifters. I try to do this every single live because, it gets hectic in here. I can't do everybody because it would take up the whole live, but I want to tell all of you, I appreciate you and thank you. TikTok's a huge platform. You could be anywhere. Thank you for spending time with me. All right. Number 1, handsome, silky smooth. Thank you, silky smooth. Thank you, handsome. Number 2, handsome Cedric Williams. Thank you so much, handsome. Number 3, Miss Beautiful Lady Ann Wagwine. Thank you so much, beautiful. Number 4, Miss Beautiful Keita. Thank you so much, Keita. Number 5, Miss Beautiful Just Be You. Thank you, beautiful. And a special shout out to beautiful Leith Phillips. Thank you so much, beautiful. I love y'all. I want you to have a beautiful and blessed day today, okay? On purpose, all right? And I'm going to tell you how I always tell you. Don't let nobody live rent free in your head, folks. Don't feed any trolls. Oh, and I forgot to tell y'all something before I tell you the rest of this. I released my first full-length original YouTube episode yesterday. So go check it out. And in that full-length YouTube episode, you know, it's not just me sitting in one spot. I'm doing a couple of things here or there, but I'm talking about some of my menopause journey. Okay. So yeah, I finally got to a point where I'm starting to put I'm putting original content onto YouTube. So check it out. Let me know what you think. Hey, Maribel, good morning, beautiful. You up early. And check out Maribel Blue Unfiltered too. The newest episode of our discussion just came out on her channel. Magnifique. Y'all will love it. Go watch it. You'll have a great time. Okay? Her link is in her bio. And Maribel Blue Unfiltered on YouTube. Okay? So, I love y'all. And I'm going to tell you how I always tell you. Don't let nobody live rent free in your head, folks. Don't feed any trolls. And you can accomplish anything you put your mind to as long as you stay consistent. Peace, everybody. Love you. And have a beautiful and blessed day. And I'll see you tomorrow, all right? Bye-bye.